What's up, good people? Welcome back to Four Titles, One Truth. Hey, it's time for part two with these lovely ladies, our
Yep.
wives.
Yep. So if you missed part one, go back. We'll wait. Okay. Now that y'all are all caught up, our wives, Audra and Nikki, talked about their careers, challenges, and what it meant to serve.
So today we're diving even deeper. We're talking about us. We're talking about love.
Oh,
See a twinkle?
say it again, Tommy. Say
We're
it
talking
one more
about
time.
You say all of that.
love.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about marriage, everything that comes with two soldiers in the same household trying to build one life together.
One
So you
life
ready?
together.
Yeah.
Ready?
All right, let's go. All right, starting with you, Nikki.
Mm-mm.
When and where and what is your story
Oh,
when it comes to us first meeting?
it's probably different than what
And
he
what
said.
was your
I'm sure.
real first impression of me?
Uh-huh.
Your version, go.
Not your version. Okay. So,
My version's pretty
I
accurate.
know your version's probably the real version.
lies.
Exactly.
It's probably lies.
Unembellished
Well, it's
version,
probably-
I'm sure.
It's probably some truth in it, which is fine, whatever. So, we met 1999, Fort Eustis, Virginia, my first duty station. And I saw you around because you wanted to be seen,
No.
So,
Why does it gotta go into that, though?
well, I'm just saying, you wanted to be seen, so I saw.
Imagine that.
Right? Okay? You see what I'm
I
saying?
believe it.
I don't-
I believe it.
I
So,
don't think so.
I saw, and then I was actually working out one day, and I saw you because I had seen you before because you wanted to be seen,
Yes.
and I saw you in the gym.
Can somebody's
Playing
just
basketball.
natural presence be...
Where was I when I was seen?
Just everywhere.
You know what I'm saying?
Everywhere, wanting to be seen.
like I was
At the car
totally
wash,
washing
you
my
at
vehicle,
the car wash
washing
in the
my
front,
vehicle,
posted up.
washing
You
my
driving
vehicle.
around on post
'Cause I had to
with
get back
your
from the car
with
wash.
your speakers booming,
was
with
he
your
driving,
rims
Nikki?
on
What was he
expedition
driving?
with all these 20s on the rims
driving
on
a
because
big
he
dog.
wanted to be seen.
Yes.
Enough said, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I saw. He wanted to be seen. I saw.
Okay.
In the gym, he playing basketball. I said, "Oh, that was a dude wanted to be seen. Who that?"
I saw. You saw.
So I was standing up. I was like, "Okay, well, this me. I want to be seen too." And I stood there. He saw me, and I said, "Okay, bet." So I went out. I wrote my number down on a piece of paper, and I put it on his windshield.
Hold on. That is so. You know how old school that sounds.
I know, right?
Go
Ain't no
ahead.
text
Go ahead.
messages.
Go ahead.
Ain't no,
I know.
yeah.
Okay.
No,
I just wanted to
it was.
pause
Yes,
the
take that in
moment
because
of
we
old
are
schoolness that
we
you just
in the
laid
year
out.
of our Lord of 2025 now,
Things have changed.
and that happened in 1900s.
Years ago.
Woo.
In the 1900s, right? So I wrote my number on a piece of paper, and mind you, I'm older. I'm not like a young private or something like that. I'm a grown woman. And so I saw what I wanted, and I wrote my number down, put it on this windshield, and that's it. That was it. And then he called.
How long did it take him to call, Nikki?
I don't know. I don't know how long, but
That day.
But no, saw him then, but then also there was a Thai restaurant that was on post too. And I was living in the barracks because that's what I had to do because when I first got there, living in the barracks and across the street was a Thai restaurant. I was there and he ended up he came in after me. So we were just kind of, wasn't no conversation or anything. But I was like,
came
oh,
in
that's
to
the
get
same.
some food, not to be seen.
He came in to be seen. while
Okay,
getting
you know what I'm
food.
saying? So I was like, oh, that's the dude that like to be seen. That's the same guy. Oh, okay.
Now he
so,
wants to be seen.
yeah.
getting Thai food.
So I think maybe that happened first. And then I saw you at the gym. And then that was the whole thing. I was like, oh, that's the same guy. And so, that was that. He called eventually. I don't know how long it took. It didn't take long, I don't think. He called and then we met up.
My memory is, I think it was before you even got home. I called you.
Oh, please.
Just like that. just like
I'm
that.
sure it did. I'm sure that's not the case.
And so that's how we met.
Let me clarify some things.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in the big dog,
Yeah.
but I also had a proximity alarm on the big dog to where if you got within 5 feet, it chirped twice. If you
That's
got within
true.
10 feet, it chirped once. I should have went backwards. 10 feet, it chirps once. 5 feet, it chirps twice. And then if you touch it, all mess gonna break loose. And I also had a remote on my keychain. So my alarm was active. And she still got that
I say, did it go off? I say, did it go off?
no, it never went off. She even says it never went off. So I don't know
Stealth.
what kind of.
I told you I was grown from Columbus, Georgia.
I guess so.
Don't play.
I guess so.
Who installed the alarm? That's
no,
probably for another episode.
No, it goes.
It's probably for
That big dog.
Okay.
Hey.
So that's how.
Ballin'!
That's how it was. You know, ladies, don't be afraid to go out for what you want. All right, you never know what can happen.
I'd also like to point out that it's the exact same story that I told.
You might have said stalker in there or something, which I wasn't a stalker.
You said
One of y'all probably said that. One of y'all
said it
probably said a
sounded
stalker,
like-
but it wasn't even like
He
that.
said it sounds like.
Hey, I'm just saying. Hey,
It was not.
So that's all.
hey.
My goodness.
Absolutely,
Okay, Audra.
absolutely not.
Tell y'all story then.
What did Lance say?
Stalker.
I say that because that was me. You didn't.
Exactly.
She ain't seen me
So-
till like 2 years later.
True. So Lance says we were ROTC, Howard University. I'm a year ahead. So coming back my sophomore year, he's starting as a freshman. And in ROTC, we had PT out on the football field Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 06. So, and then Lance was also a wrestling team. So they were out there probably at 5 a.m. or whatever. But he says he saw me at PT.
Walking across the street from Drew Hall.
He said you was running.
He said
Yep.
he saw me at PT, but being that
When did you see him?
I didn't.
Oh man.
I did. 'Cause they were like the freshman class. So when you come back, he is not crying.
All
is
his
okay.
life.
He is not crying.
It's tough to hear, ain't it? It's tough. I just want to be seen.
Love at first sight, second sight, third sight. 2 years.
I don't think it was until Lance's sophomore year, his second year, my third year, that we actually started talking and hanging out. And it was a group of us. So it wasn't just Lance and Audra, but I mean, it was a whole group of us that
Lance had the long game.
that would hang out.
I see you.
We had to do a lot of field training exercises, so we would, hang out before those. So it was literally we were friends. I knew Lance,
We were
and I
friends.
can't remember exactly when I knew that Lance was interested in me, but I was always
You always knew.
no, but like officially, but
You always
officially,
knew.
but officially. But we literally we used to do a lot of stuff together.
Oh man, you messing it all up now, man. Messing it all
A lot
up.
of stuff together in the group.
I thought that was gonna be me.
Yeah, we didn't start dating until my last year, and I was at Howard an extra year because I had changed my major. So it wasn't until my fifth year, Lance's fourth year, that we started dating.
I told you because she wrote me a letters back when they used to write letters and
Okay.
stuff.
I did.
Wrote me a letter in the summertime. So I was at the
I stayed
house.
there to work. I stayed
Yeah,
there
wrote me a
to
little
work.
letter, and I was like,
What'd you say to your dad?
I say, hey, Daddy, I'm about to go back to school.
Early.
Yeah.
Went back to school early.
And
Stayed at
when
my
he-
boys.
Yeah, because
my boys'
you couldn't
crib.
move in yet, right? You couldn't move in yet. So when he got back, where I stayed right off of Georgia Avenue, there's a McDonald's that everybody would kind of, in that whole Georgia Avenue, everything in DC, everybody be hanging out. And I remember Lance pulling. I think you drove over there because we were
My
all
Corolla.
like fresh off the road.
Big dome.
Yeah, exactly. He had drove 15 hours back from St. Louis.
In the Corolla.
Okay.
DC.
On the 13s.
Did not pass go. Yeah. He did. He did.
Hey, the Buick caught on fire.
Yeah, the Buick was burned up.
That
So
was, yeah, that was
Buick was gone.
Clearly, that was it. It was not till his second year, literally hanging out. ROTC kind. I mean, you're with that group of people for everything. You know, from early in the morning, you're in classes together, and because he was down in nursing. I was down the hill in the science classes, so we did have a couple. We had some classes together.
Yeah.
So I knew who he
Did that
was.
dumb shit, took classes out of order.
That you ain't supposed to.
Yeah, took classes out of order.
Ain't got nothing to do with
but
nothing.
It was good. I was good.
It all worked out. It all worked out.
I was good.
So there you have it.
But before he graduated, y'all got married.
We did.
Ah.
We did. So I graduated in 94. And I believe, we started dating at the beginning of the school year. Lance proposed probably in February. I don't remember the exact date. Do you remember the exact date? I don't remember exactly.
No.
We went to Pentagon
fine.
City and got the little ring. We probably should have had the little ring here to commemorate the little ring.
It's my little
We still got it.
my little $800 ring.
Lance was working, got the ring.
Work my hard
Right.
earned money.
That's right.
And
Hey.
so, yes, I graduated, and because I was headed to Korea, we had to move our wedding date to the left a little bit so we could get married before I had to go to Korea.
Honeymoon at Slow Hall.
We did.
Okay,
We went back
that's
to the
right.
dorm for 1
Howard.
week, and then I was off to Korea.
And then when
And
you
there it
graduated,
started.
You went to Korea, hung out. With
Well, I went to Korea. Yeah, when I graduated. Yeah. No, I went over there
you
at
were
Christmas
there
time.
They thought Lance was
I went there.
Italian.
I went there at Christmas time.
To say this.
And then when I graduated, I did go over there for
I
about
got there
2 months.
I got there at the end of September.
Well,
Lance said, "What y'all doing? Hey, what's going on, y'all?" Yeah.
got in there, flew in there, Youngson.
Lance
Got another plane, flew down
Lance
to
took his finals.
Chejudo. Oh no, not Chejudo.
Pusan?
Daegu.
Oh, Daegu.
Daegu.
Lance took his finals at Christmas and was over there for 2 weeks.
I was over there for about 3 weeks.
Yeah, and he would come to formation and stuff. Like Lance, they thought that Lance was a member.
Put on my
of
PT
the-
uniform.
and then run
He
with her.
would.
Yeah, I was
He
like,
doing
oh, I
all
can do that
this
shit.
stuff. Like, what else he gonna do?
What? Yeah.
So he
It's
was
like,
trying
where
to-
he work? Where that soldier work?
Who is this?
He a cadet. He a cadet. He over here visiting. But yeah,
Good.
and then
I
he
was
came
drinking
back.
with the
Oh my
officers
God.
over there with the captains. It was a good time.
You were. And I think
It was a
you
good
come
time.
back spring break, maybe. You did Christmas, spring break, and then in the summer.
Yeah.
I think you came like 3 times, at least 2.
I came. I know. Yeah. No. Did I come over there for
And
spring
then he
break?
was there most of the summer.
I know.
So,
most of the summer I was there
Yeah, they
because I had to come back and.
Yeah, they
He
thought
part
Lance
of
was
the
a member
part of the battalion.
of the Mandalorian.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got it. Yeah.
It's like, why am I on duty tonight? What's,
Yeah. Put me on the CQ roster.
Lance used to, if you remember at that time, 94, we were still on VHS, right? So
Oh, yeah.
Lance used to record my shows every week.
send them over there.
Put a VHS
Yeah, in the mail. That's
So It
right.
would be like a
Yeah.
day, an episode of Young and the Red. It would be all the shows.
Yeah.
Probably like the Cosby Show, Young and the Red,
Restless.
everything I was watching.
Yeah.
He did that VHS weekly
That's my boy right
That's
there.
right.
and
Boy.
put it in the mail.
That's right. That's right. Husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she can't remember when.
I
saw me.
didn't see
About
him.
the proposal was and
the
small ring.
It was a small ring. It's what I could afford.
It was.
That's right. It's all that
see,
mattered was
what
the
I
love
could-
behind it, though.
That's-
It was.
That's the love story.
It's
It
cute.
was.
But I still have it.
I believe.
Yeah, I got all of them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I look better to Nikki than when she met me.
What?
You weren't a fan of me because I was.
Oh, so yeah,
He was
just
being
once
seen.
we
He was being
he is
seen.
being seen, you know, and so you kind of know he being seen, and you
Lance
know,
wasn't being seen.
right?
Lance
He
was not being seen.
he wanted to be seen
You
and
wasn't
stuff.
trying to. You not like Tommy. Being
He wasn't
seen.
trying to be out there like that.
No.
You would.
You know, so him So when we did get to,
No, not like that. No, not like that. No, not like that.
He's like, nah, man.
exactly.
No, he was.
Exactly. So we only, even though we met then in '99, and so we started talking on the phone and stuff, and went out a few times, and then
Our first date was the
we went to go see Gladiator, the movie, Mother's Day weekend. Okay. We went to go see Gladiator, and we started talking. I was like, okay, well, he cool, but then he started asking me, like Army questions and things. And I'm like, what's a functions check?
E5 non-commissioned officer.
He's an E5. I was.
My responsibility as a leader. To ensure
I was actually a PFC at the time.
The United States Army know their responsibility.
And I said, he's a lot.
Yes.
He's a lot. Look, and then
everybody can tell he's a lot.
A lot in the right way.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, in his own way, he's just a lot. And it take a lot for somebody to take all this, all at one time.
Sit there and act like y'all ain't never been on the phone and said, "Hey, do you know how to do a function check on the M16?" Right?
I remember looking at the phone like,
I was confident she knew how to.
Thank you, Lance.
Which he should have been too, but
we just met. Wasn't sure.
He's the E5.
We never had any of those.
Sometimes people never charge.
None of those conversations.
People never charge the weapons.
So anyway, so that was how it started.
Okay.
And then it ended because I got orders to Korea.
Oh.
And I was like, all right, well, then that's that.
No, she gave me another chance, and she came back to visit, and wasn't no better. So then we stopped talking.
Oh yeah, I did. I left it. No, it wasn't. It
5 years.
It wasn't that.
Yeah.
Well, about 4.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I did come back on leave from Korea, and I went to go see him, and I was like, "Ooh, this not gonna work." So that was the end of that. I went back to Korea, and I was like, and we did not talk to each other for at least 4 years, because that was in 2001. Because I was there when 9/11 happened in Korea.
Okay.
So 2001, yeah. And then I came back and got stationed, Florida and all this stuff. But we didn't talk at all. There was no kind of communication at all for a good 4 years or so. And then 2005 was when we reconnected.
Okay.
In 2005, and kind of been together ever since then, more or less.
All right.
Yeah.
That's how it started.
I know.
And here we are.
But once
Here we are.
We've been riding it out since 94.
94. That's beautiful.
It is.
Yeah,
It
it's a
is.
beautiful thing.
It's great.
That's right.
It's great.
So, Nikki,
Uh-oh.
how would you describe what it's like to someone who has no idea being a soldier and being married to a soldier, especially at the time we got married, because we were both at different
toward the
levels. Yeah,
ends of our career.
we were at the higher levels of our career. Yeah. So that's a dynamic that not everybody understands.
Excuse me.
And then I'll give my 2 cents.
So the great thing about it is that we understand Army, understand Army language, traditions, customs, all of that kind of thing. So, and understand if you got to work late, I got to work late, then nobody's fussing about whatever, because we understand that that's the dynamic of it, of what the Army is.
24/7.
Yeah, 24/7. By this point, yes, 24/7. You're doing field problems, you're doing all this stuff. So yes, by this time we all in it. Oh, Jesus, was all in it. So it was great to know that there was somebody that I can talk to and bounce things off of, and understand if I'm venting about things, and you got it. So that was the best thing about having you there and being a soldier too. Wouldn't work for you, but
I know.
Alongside you.
There you go.
That's true. What about you, Audra?
Pretty much like the same.
Mhm.
Definitely speak the same language, have the same understanding. We both had the same foundation and the same pathway, which made it easier. We were both on the medical side. I think that made it a little bit easier from
For
an
sure.
assignment
Absolutely.
perspective.
Absolutely.
100%.
So that was back in the time when my assignment officer was a few cubicles away from his assignment officer.
You can kind of connect. Yeah.
So it was a matter of
assignments together.
who was taking the lead on. But so I think we were fortunate in that aspect of they were able to find opportunities for both of us that were increasing responsibility as we went throughout our career. So that was definitely a perk. I think being dual military, and then of course we start having our children and everything. That understanding was there because, like you've already laid out, we know the language. We have an understanding now of the different units. And if you're in this type of unit, you got these kind of things going on. If you're in like a hospital unit or something else, you have these things going on. You're working different shifts. You're doing all these different things. So I think we did the best job we could. We had very supportive families on both sides. So from field training exercises to deployments, if we needed a group of parents to come, whether it was Lance's parents or my parents, they were there always. Like, hey, we got
My sister,
Shannon.
Shannon.
They were there. We were able to work out getting the kids to visit them during the summer when they got old enough. So all that, and then we were fortunate. Probably every duty station, we had really good friends. So while our parents weren't there and the kids did not grow up in proximity to their grandparents, we had good friends who helped. You know, with the picking up and the dropping off. And
Takes a
can I
village.
bring them? When he
Yeah.
was deployed, I had to be at a run at 5 a.m. Like, I got to drop the kids off at whatever time. And it was like, hey, I got to run in the morning. So it's going to be an early morning. Like, he was deployed. So it was just like, we just kind of figured it out. But I think the understanding that we were both in it,
doing it.
I think that makes it still sucks.
But
it makes it easier, and it like half of the trying to explain.
You don't
we
feel
gotta
the
Because
resentment.
you understand, because you understand. It's like I gotta go. I mean, if I was on
Like, I gotta
call
be
or something,
there.
then it wasn't a whole lot of, well, why you gotta, or why you know, in the same way. If
Your
I
leave
knew
form's
that,
not signed because of something coming up, or you can't
do
take the
remember-
vacation.
Yeah, and I do. I mean, there'd be a couple times probably on the clinical side. I remember at Bragg, like if we were getting ready for an inspection, like we knew we were in the window for like one of like the FDA or something. Or I was there late waiting on the team to get back from a mobile blood drive. What time you gonna be home? And it was like, look, when you get your donor center, you can run it. We went through that a little bit. But at the same token, when we were at Fort Lewis, Washington, he'd be heading home down I-5 and he would call, say, I just got called back in. So he'd have to just turn around and go back in because he was on the heart team. And so you're just like, okay, so those things that he would normally come home and do with the kids, like, okay, I got to do those things this evening. So I think just
sometimes you need a break.
you did.
Oh, so you were just saying that? You were just saying that you had to work late?
I'm not.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not.
Oh my goodness.
I got called back in.
Don't break up a happy
I'm
home.
thinking he up there doing heart cases.
No,
Do is break up a happy home.
I was at work. I was at work.
But challenging times, but I think that level of understanding, and we a lot of times were in the same unit. So we worked.
So
at
you
the same
understood for
hospital.
sure.
We worked at the same. So me pulling AOD or administrative officer of the day duty all the time. Like he knew. Him working the ER, all these shifts and all these holidays.
It takes that resentment part of it out. You know,
Because it's like, like you work there, you're in the organization.
yeah, you see what I'm doing,
So you
you see
already
what's
know.
going on.
Yeah, you already know.
Yeah.
So like we were together. I was a first sergeant for 6 years straight. And so that took up all the time. She was a recruiter in Nashville. So she was away, and then she was also like working on her master's. So the understanding part is absolutely something that it takes a load off, you know. But at the same time, like you said, there are plenty of times where, like, so for me, uh, when I left the trails of drill sergeant, I went from Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, to Georgia, Augusta, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd already said this in the podcast. I felt that I was losing my place, you know, by taking that job because that was not a leadership position. And when I got my orders to go there, it wasn't even a deployable unit. But the reason I got sent there was because they were about to deploy, but I didn't know any of that. And so it took a long time for us to be in the same house, you know, first off. And then that was,
Because of our jobs.
Right.
Yeah.
the different locations we were. So all that to say that a lot of our relationship was driving miles and hours to try to spend time with.
No, I understand that because that hit us later in our
Later in the career.
in the careers because
the
I got
separation
because you know you had your deployments and you understand that piece and you start leaning on friends and family and stuff. But I had to PCS for a job. You know, Audra and the kids got to stay down here. I had to go up to Fort Hood, so I was driving home every weekend. You know, so I could at least have a.
I like to say we had 3 households going on at that time because that was around the time Mackenzie went off to college. So she was in Waco. That's a household going on.
Yeah.
Lance was in Killeen. That's a household. And then Miles and I were here. So that was another household. So we actually had 3 different households working at that time.
Yeah.
And while he was there and coming back and forth, I also had I had a position. That's when I was at MedCom over the Army Blood Program with a lot of travel. And so we would joke, I'd joke with Miles previously, like, you put the latch in latchkey. He was like, what are you talking about? Like, what is that? I'm like, those are those kids that are just left unattended.
Getting themselves in the house.
Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he would hold it down.
Yeah.
He would hold it down. They both did. They both did very, very good. They have both been very good about, they keep doing
Resilience.
what they do while we tap in and tap out.
That's a fortunate thing. We didn't have no problems, you know, after kids with disciplinary issues, anything like that, that would cause us to not do our jobs and focus on that.
Well, that I mean that was
I didn't have no problems. Yeah, I'm telling you, thank you.
Appreciate it. I mean, because you get to a point where you're trying to take care of them, make sure that they're getting the best opportunities so that they will succeed when they become adults, and you know, and trying to make sure they're good people, good folks, man. And I tell you, we hit the jackpot because our kids are both great adults, great people. Do they piss me off? Yes, they can. They can.
They still people.
That's not.
Yeah.
Yes, but
They're
they're
listening.
Yeah.
At some point. Okay.
But yeah, great. But yes,
overall,
do they do some silly stuff?
But yeah,
My boy more than my girl, my daughter, but wouldn't have them any other way. Wouldn't have them any other way. That's for sure. Hey, Audra. Okay, let me ask you this.
Well, hold on, let me.
Okay.
Because we have a unique situation to where we both had children before we met each other, and so my son Jalen never really got a chance to get to know Nikki. And then we talked about it on podcasts before that when Nikki and I were dating and when Kaylin was with her, because I met Kaylin when she was 6 years old, just to hear your side of it, because I was pointing out that not a lot is talked about of the man who's trying to date a woman that has a child, and then the double dutch you play because you know you're not the child's parent. You're just a person, and so you don't have the right to do anything, especially in the beginning. And then when you get to know the child, in this case Kaylin, you start to bond with them, but you still don't want to step on toes or get involved without knowing, you know, uh, because you never get that answer.
Right.
And the main reason you don't get that answer is because you never have the guts to ask, And so I was just wondering, from your perspective, that might be very good for somebody who's listening, is how did you, specifically with me, how what was your thinking in our relationship about me developing a relationship with Caitlin? Because I know that's something that we've talked about, and I know it's something that women have to do if they have a child.
Yeah, because excuse me, it's always that thing where, especially if you're raising a girl, it's like, well, you're not gonna. I knew I wasn't just gonna bring men around, around her, in and out, whatever. So the best thing for me to do was find someone that could be away, because he and I were, a lot of our relationship was long distance,
After
so
Virginia, we weren't together again until Campbell. And that's
in the same household.
E5 to E8 for me.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, because after
E6 to second lieutenant.
Oh,
First
well,
lieutenant,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
because you were, even though he was in Georgia, he was in Augusta, I'm in Fort Benning, so we were still away apart, So it was a safe way for me to date, still kind of fulfill my needs, and then also take care of her without really bringing too much of that dynamic of another man in the house, So I didn't want to deal with that. I got too much going on right now to be dealing with that kind of thing. So I just really waited, and that was a lot of reason why we really didn't get married till later and really didn't pursue much more of a closeness relationship, because I needed to take care of her. I needed to make sure she was, good, so, and she was great, fantastic. When you're talking about different households, so when I left Fort Benning to go to San Antonio. She left to go to Florida State, and then he left to go to El Paso. So, okay, so at that time, 3 different houses. So now, while she graduated high school, going off to college. So, okay, now I can, so it really wasn't an opportunity for you to kind of step in to be that, that figure like that, because we never were in the same household, and I really gravitated more towards that. I didn't want that to be my story. I didn't want to bring someone else into the house. So it was just easier, really. And
it worked out.
And it worked out, yeah. And it worked out. It's not like she never knew him, because, again, she's known him since she was 6. And she's over 30 now, so he's always been in her life. Milestone moments.
Man to her now. I'm just saying.
She calls him and talks to him, and they text and all that kind of stuff, So, now it's just a whole different dynamic now between all of us.
Yeah.
And it came when we were talking about being a father in the military. And then, like, with my situation with my son not being ideal, and then
The situation not being ideal.
yes.
Yeah.
And then meeting someone whose daughter is the daughter situation was everything that my son's situation wasn't, and then just navigating that relationship to where, in the beginning, I would have never tried to tell her to do something,
Right.
because it wasn't my place. But then after a while, I've known her for 10 years, then you're like, can I, and it's the question that you don't ask, because you don't feel like you have the right to ask. And I just know that that's a situation that people deal with that you hardly ever hear anybody talk about. So I just wanted you to say your side, since I had mine on the podcast. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will tell you this. I would not work for her. I couldn't do it. It's been times.
Same, Lance.
It's been times where we are at home. Ain't no rank on, ain't nobody had no rank on. We
I'm sorry. You at home?
Same rank. I mean, ain't none of that, going on. Because I would still respect her as, which kind we were in uniform. But we'd be at home, and I'm doing something that I'm changing the tire or something. She gonna come out try to direct me on how to do something. Or she preached, or what she just said. She said they're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very this, direct this, and that. She would come at me with trying to. Well, now you need to do this, and then you do number 2 next, and you do number 3. It's like I don't work for you. I'm not doing. No, I don't work for you. Don't talk to me like I'm one of your soldiers.
Or it'd be why you do that?
Okay, perfect.
But you ain't gonna do it. But you are never gonna do it.
You're right.
So
you're right.
We got the whole picture, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So
got
but
it.
Man, she would. I was so proud of her. I mean, at all of her
accomplishments, and everything. Yes,
and just the respect that I would see her get from, other officers, senior officers, different Air Force, different branches, civilians. I mean, just now seeing, when we go to some of her blood things, and the civilians like, oh man, I knew Audra back when she was doing. We would converse, and she gave us so much good, good advice. So just seeing that respect for her job that I got to see her go through the motions of when she first became a blood bank person to where she is now, and I absolutely most appreciate it. And always, and again, I said I didn't seek when we were talking about mentors and things like that, and I wasn't a big seeker, or I wasn't reaching out to, but it's because I had somebody
wealth of
with a bunch of, but that I respected, that I knew would give good advice and good to help me progress on in my.
And we collectively would reach out to some of our other mutual friends, like Terrence.
Yep.
That was our
go-to
regular Army. Okay, hey.
Yeah.
Different
because it is different in medical service corps. It is different on the Army medical department and everybody
I think
else.
that's the thing people don't understand when they say that you're in the Army. They just have this idea that we're just one thing. Everyone does the same thing within the Army, but we've all served in the Army and have vastly different positions, perspectives on what we've done.
EO and things like that everybody has to deal, you might have a friend or something that works there. You'd be like, hey, what is the reg or what can we do?
Kelsey was IG. We tap it, we collectively, we learn from each other, and then we collectively tap into the network.
Yeah. We always had a good community of folks to be able to
reach
needed. Out into, officer and enlisted.
Yeah.
So
good times.
That's
good
great.
times, Lance.
Yeah.
Your turn.
What's the question?
And for you, I can ask. So
what kind of?
Oh no, you have to answer. You have to answer that one. Yeah.
No, what was the question that we asked?
Just describe how you.
What I think of you as a soldier? Oh
no, what
kind of soldier I thought he was?
As a soldier and leader. Yeah.
Yeah. He was
that everybody else didn't see.
Well, I think the thing is because he always has a presence. You see him.
Yes.
That's the running theme, right?
Yes.
However,
between
with
two
that
people.
It's
not a running theme like in the world. It's
a running thing.
No,
he wants to be seen. So when you see him, whether when he was in uniform and out, you always know that he is someone of some type of position, authoritative type position, because of how he carries himself. Yes, he is tall and bigger in stature and everything, but as a soldier, he brought.
Oh my goodness!
See, he brought that with him too. So I understood that he was highly respected. People, the things that he would share with me that people from past soldiers, written to him and saying, thank you for doing this. I appreciate this. And, I took your advice and this happened to me, so I'm thanking him for all the things that he was able to teach them. So I know he is a leader, and I saw that. And, I've always known him for how he was within his, even though I was never stationed with him at all and see him really in that capacity. But I just knew from the feedback that I would see anytime we were together and out, and how people respected him and talked to him. So
cool. He is pretty respectable.
I have a question
we
for
give
you,
him
though.
crap. But
Nikki, would you work for him though?
I would absolutely not work for him.
I can edit that.
Absolutely.
I can edit that.
Why?
Not. That's just because of my personality and his. We clash when it comes to that kind of thing. Some things we just don't need to, and that's okay. We can work separately, and we work great separately outside of the Army, because I have my way of things. He has his way of things.
Same with us too.
It absolutely
And I think in my last duty assignment, we were in the same building. We belonged to two different. I belonged to one agency. He belonged to this command. I was on the second floor. You were on the third floor. Same building. Because just same building or whatever. But it was really cool, like, to be in the same place and be able to kind of run back and forth. But you go do your stuff, I go do my stuff. And
she put me out of her office.
Gone.
You gotta go. I got a meeting. You gotta go.
I can't.
Said I ain't go. Get it? No.
I don't need you over there when I'm on my Teams or my Zoom or whatever is going on.
Okay.
No, because it changed up and she hollered at me or doing whatever. Yes. No. Oh, no. We're gonna go. We're gonna do that.
I was like, you
voice.
cannot.
You got professional, boy. It's like,
cannot be in the office.
I mean, you gotta
and I wouldn't try to stay in his office if he had a call.
Yeah.
Whatever,
but no, I wouldn't.
I'd be like, well, hold on, my wife in here.
you were like, the lies.
Let me call you back.
Hold on.
Call you
That
back.
absolutely was not happening.
Call you back. My wife just walked in. That's crazy.
And actually, to end like that, when we actually started, I know I went to Korea first, but we were at Fort Knox. So the first part of the tour at Fort Knox, I was in a separate building. And then the second half of that last year and a half, we were in the same hospital together. So it's always been fun to we go to Fort Lewis. We're in the hospital together. Then we go to Fort Irwin. We were like right next door to each other. And it wasn't, we didn't divide. The divide started when I went back and got my master's and you were at Belvoir. That's when we were we were still tracking together, but we were in completely different units and stuff like that. So it was kind of cool to end being in the same building, different commands.
And I would just ask, why did you keep kicking him out of your office? If it
Because
was
I had
so
official
cool. If it
government.
was so cool.
I had official government business.
So
for real.
Look, Lance is a
Dealing with
distraction.
for real people.
Yeah, Lance is a distraction. So I can't
know
be
that.
trying to answer the question.
Lance, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Sure.
When did love become a distraction?
Man,
Please.
it's never been a distraction for me. 1990. It was there for me already.
All right.
In my heart.
So, yeah.
In my heart.
So to Nikki, I think the most impressive thing about Nikki is if you met her early on,
I know.
you'd
Lean
say,
in, Nikki. Lean in. Girl.
no, if you met her early on, you wouldn't believe she was in the military because she never wanted to adopt that military
Persona.
Mindset.
well, just
set-
that
persona, yeah.
thing that where, like, anywhere I walk, somebody says you were in the military. She did not take kindly to that if people would say she was in the military.
Yeah.
When she's
that wasn't
trying,
a conscious thing,
That's what
though.
I'm
That just
saying.
kind of, it just was.
And so by knowing that and knowing why she joined, which was for her family, and knowing that.
But I always took pride in wearing my uniform. I'm just saying. Okay.
Girl, get them straight. Get 'em
Yes.
straight.
But the most impressive thing in all that is she became a soldier, whether she wanted to admit it or not. You know what I'm saying? So she was always, her uniform was always squared away. She was always on time, you know, and I can't say it enough, but to go from a food inspector and to make the conscious decision to go into the lottery of the officer corps and not knowing what you're going to end up being, because OCS takes you back to infantry tactics, you know, basic army. And she could have gone anywhere, and to step out into that unknown for her, and then for her to successfully graduate and then become the officer and that you could be proud of, you know, that was the most amazing thing, because our mindsets were never in sync. You know, I was Army, my DNA was Army, right?
No.
Her Army was when she's in uniform, or when she's on a business call, or when she's alerted and has to react, she's Army. But when she doesn't have to be and she's away from the military, she's Nikki.
Yep.
You know, I was always Sergeant Jones, you know, and that was a huge difference that in the beginning and for a while it caused problems because I started to feel like, you know, why don't you come to me? Because I can help you. And then she was like, I can do this by myself, or I don't need help. And I don't need you specifically telling me what to do or whatever. And so seeing that, and then seeing the level she achieved, especially with her last, second to last assignment, it's just, you're just proud of her. You know, just proud that she took that challenge of joining for her family, but then became a heck of a soldier, you know, and leader. So that's the most impressive thing. Thank you.
You all right. He all right.
He all right. I keep him around.
Keep him.
I'm gonna keep him.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep Lance.
Thanks, Sergeant. And just for that, what would you say to most people? What would you say most people don't understand about military marriage?
Yeah. You're thinking about civilians that have no idea what
Right.
we do.
I think there's an added level of planning and preparation that most regular folks don't have to think about. So, like, yes, you're going through the regular trials and tribulations of your marriage and whatever challenges are happening at that time. You know, you're building your family, you're moving, you're trying to get kids settled, you're trying to do everything with your job. And then you also have that readiness factor that most people don't have to worry about. So whether single mom, you know, before you were married, before you became the dual military is the same. I think the same challenges as the dual military, because it's always planning for the what if.
Yeah.
You can't wait. You can't wait.
What if? So that requirement to have the family care plans, most people don't have to think about that.
Yeah.
Short term, long term. And when you're going through it, you're like, oh my God, you know, and like, who can we find? We had the long term on lock.
Yeah.
That's between the grandparents
short
and
problem.
the aunt.
Yep.
You got a long term, but that short term, it's like
You looking for somebody?
trying to find a
Praying you can find somebody that's safe.
friend that
Yeah.
you trust
Absolutely.
that can bridge the gap between you
take
and
care
the
of your
long
family,
term, whichever set of grandparents that was going to be. Like and most people don't have to think about that. You don't have to go get stuff notarized and have it mapped out and explain to the command what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. And what is the monthly allocation of financial support that you're providing, and attach proof of that. Like, people don't have to think about that. So in addition to your regular things, it does require an added level of now it's good that you understand the language, because if one is in this type of unit and one is that, is different. If you're both in this type of unit, that's requiring you to be there at 5 a.m. before daycare opens, before so that is good, but that extra level of readiness that must be in place to deal with your family members or to deal with your stuff. If you don't, you could be doing military without the children. And if you both have to go with moments notice, well, you probably got a house. You got you have your stuff. Yeah. Where's your vehicle going to go? Where's
who's going to take care of what?
So it's an added level of 100%. I don't have time. I have very short notice. I have to go do the thing that most people don't have to think about.
And if you don't have that, you can get chaptered out of the military.
That is
so
true.
So it's not just something that you need to do. It's something the Army requires you to do, and you can be penalized for not doing it.
Right.
So, what about you, Lance?
Pretty much what Audra was saying.
Yep, sounds good.
I mean, because you.
I think a lot of people. I just want to say, I think a lot of people don't understand too that at some point there may be outside entities that may be involved in your marriage that a lot of civilians don't necessarily have to go, get involved with, and it's not anything negative. It's like, when you got people PCS and you got, the different clubs, Army spouses and, that kind of thing that you have to get involved in the military way of doing things, that you don't necessarily go through that when as a civilian, it's like but you don't
depending on you or your spouse and your position, officer or enlisted, that expectation that you need to be involved.
Be there. Yes.
Yeah, or you need to host.
Yes.
That is actually a good point.
Yes.
That people don't think about.
They don't think about
if you're not in that. If you don't want to be bothered with that club, you don't join the club.
Yeah. Right.
But you
it's the expectation because that goes into people looking at the leader. If you're not the military spouse, they're looking at you. Well, even if you are, they're still looking at how much involvement you have. You get a little more grace if it's dual military because maybe you got to work, the other one has to work. Right. So, but it's the expectation that somebody's going to show up for this family. Yeah. You're going to be involved. You're going to be and right then the higher rank you go, well, then you're hosting, just like you said, and it's a whole thing that people don't. That's
a good point. I forgot all about that.
Secondary type things that you still have to be involved with when you're in the military, and a lot of people don't understand it.
Yeah. Tommy,
I mean, I think a lot of people have the fantasy idea of it, but the fact that if your spouse deploys somewhere every day, they could die. And that stress that you have to take on, and especially if you have children and protecting them, but at the same time trying to show us, brave face, but at night you're in your room just like, oh my God, especially like when you're on FaceTime or whatever you want to call it, whatever year it was, and incoming happens and stuff like that, and you have to sit there and like, oh my gosh, and because they had to go. Yeah. And now you're out there surviving, but your spouse is sitting at home like,
what just happened?
Yeah.
And why
and the time difference is all off. So it's just the extra stress of maintaining that love and for your spouse, and all that stuff that comes with it, which is called the Army, So that's one of the things I'd say. Yeah. Yeah. So, excuse me. This is the last one, y'all.
All right. What? This one?
But before I say it, I want to say again, we appreciate you all joining us, even you, Audra. Thankful that you're here.
Tommy, man, stop. Stop, man. I'm going to tell you again.
Get him, Lance. Get him. He always got something to say.
Hey, Lance, that's on me, man. That's on me. So I'll just say, with all the moves, the deployments, and the sacrifices, what's the one thing you would never trade about this life that we've built, even with everything that it costs?
Is that to
who?
Who's
that's
that
Nikki.
On me? Oh, One thing that I would never trade for the life that we've built. I would not trade the growth. The growth from myself, early Nikki to now, and everything that I've learned throughout my military career, all the ups and downs and ins and outs and whatever. And it was very tough sometimes, a lot of times, and a lot of times it was not. But the growth that we've had between us and I wouldn't trade that for nothing. I love who I am now. I love who you are.
I like it.
I agree.
Love
I would
it.
just say the sort of along the same path, but it would be we were able to establish something when in the beginning it didn't last, but it always seemed to bring us back together. We just kept looping
Time and
back
time
together,
again.
yeah. And so that's something I wouldn't trade in. The fact that we, I don't know if you had to say, I don't know if you had to say that many times,
all right.
but
Yes.
you could have just said time again.
How many times?
Yeah. But I'm just, hey. Audra,
We grew.
your question.
We grew.
My question. Probably in addition to your answers, the opportunity we had to bring our family to places that they probably wouldn't have ever gone to, let alone the opportunities that brought our families together at the same time. So a lot of times talking to my parents, like, we probably would have never gone to Fort Irwin, California.
Absolutely.
And
Why would I need to go there? Yeah.
we're like, we ain't want to go there, but we absolutely loved it. And the opportunity of bringing them out at the same time, they left us there and went on a trip together. They were over in Vegas together. We're like, what is happening?
Hey, down in San Diego. Then
Yeah.
So I think all of the different locations that they probably would not have gone to or had the opportunity to see, I think is,
I 100% get that.
Yeah.
And Lance?
Yeah.
Close
I mean,
us out.
I would never trade the support and mutual respect. I mean, because I think that that's the one thing that, above being friends and getting emotional now. No, I mean, but I just feel so lucky, to have someone to go through this journey with, with all of the different pools as far as what you're trying to do things to get your to progress and grow and watch. I mean, because we've been together for the last 50 years. 1 year. So I mean, it's
always.
So I mean, just watching it. I mean, you grow and just the ease of it. Ease of it now. So
You remembering little Audra?
I do.
You did.
Oh my God! Why you going back to 1990?
It was
1990.
She had the little hair coming in, and then it went to, with the little ponytail in the back, the little
hair coming in. That's right.
Then she got to start getting it cut short, and then she had the little short stuff all the way to. Now we got the.
Oh my God!
We got the twist going on. So I've been seeing all of the different.
That's right.
We remember when they was just starting.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to start somewhere.
You got to start somewhere.
I
love that.
Yeah, but I feel like in retirement, getting a lot of what a lot of the things that the time. That's one thing that being deployed or being separated apart. All that time that you miss, and I'm getting to get that back with my wife, through more being able to travel more and just spend more time, and then also with my kids.
But had it not been for that whole going through all of that, wouldn't be where we are today. I wouldn't to be trade, able to do this.
The being away, because I feel like it's been beneficial and it worked out for everybody.
Had to be done.
Yeah.
He soldier up, power through.
That's right. It had to be done.
All right, y'all. Well, that's a wrap. The season finale, y'all.
What?
Season finale. That's
from our first episode to this one. I mean, we've tried to tell the truth about our service. We've tried to tell the truth about our lives, our fatherhood, and our marriages. And we saved the most important voices for our last episode of season 1.
That's right. Thank you, Audra and Nikki, your service, your strength, your sacrifice, and for all holding us together, holding us down.
Absolutely. And to our listeners, hey, we're not finished, right? We thank you for rolling with us, but season 2 is coming. Mm-hmm.
It's coming. Don't y'all worry, y'all. Season 2 starts next week.
Absolutely. But there will be one minor change. So instead of twice a week, season 2 will just be released once a week, every Monday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Absolutely.
And for those that listen to the podcast and watch it on YouTube, the episodes will be in sync now, y'all.
Absolutely. So you can watch or listen to the episode, and you can watch the episode, and it'll be lockstep. So, hey, don't forget about our listings. We're on all available podcast platforms. Don't forget to reach out to us on social media. You know all of them.
Yeah.
At 4 Titles, 1 Truth.
4 Titles, 1 Truth. Mm-hmm. And once again, I want to thank our beautiful wives for being here and being vulnerable, and for just opening up and being real with us, and letting us know.
Good conversation.
That they got some good guys. And we look forward. Look forward to continuing to improve and build our audience. So join us next season.
Wait. Is there anything you'd like to say?
Nope.
Okay. Anything you'd
Thanks
like
for
to
having
say?
us.
Yeah, we thank you for having us.
It was fun.
Can't wait to come this season.
We coming back next season? Do we?
Yeah.
And you all got to see them this one or these 2 times. So tell us
y'all
in the
make
comments
a comment.
if you want to see them back.
Yeah. So
Oh my goodness.
Woo. But join us next season, y'all, so we can keep the conversation going.